So how do you correlate this with numerology?
Absolutely. I have been practicing numerology for almost 40 years now. I can say practice for 40 years, or at least I have my experience of 40 years in numerology, because the first book I got on numerology was when I was a 9-year-old kid.
Oh.
So for many people during those days, numerology was nothing. In fact, not many people knew about numerology,
Very
at least
few.
in India.
Yeah.
It was probably countable on fingers.
Yes.
So being some ingenuity was always there in my mind, what it is. Numbers always fascinated me. Though I was not a very good at maths or something, but numbers fascinated me. I used to remember numbers very easily and all, and this, took me into it. When I was in my college days...
No, my question is not that. When you want to claim that land on moon, have you, what is that called, researched on this with numerology?
Absolutely.
Whether it will flourish?
Absolutely.
Whether you can go there?
I have the answer for your question. I have now understood it.
Yeah.
At that time when I had taken, probably I did not think too much on numerological angle, but the only one angle was we used to study a lot of sun, moon, Mars and all in numerology. So that way I was able to correlate ki if somebody's moon is weak and they buy a land on moon, probably they can make it strong. That was one of the thought numerologically which could have gone. But later when I purchased, after that when I was doing with Shastri sir, I was trying to learn numerology. JUB Shastri sir, he is one of my gurus in numerology. So at that...
JUB Shastri?
JUB Shastri.
Yeah, he is also my friend.
Okay, great. Really nice.
Yeah.
So JUB Shastri sir said, I was learning numerology, some concepts in numerology. So at that time, we were talking about moon.
Oh.
Moon is weak, this moon is strong, we were discussing. So just out of an accident it came, sir, what moon we are talking about? I have 5 acres of land on moon. So that was the numerological connection. And apart from that, the connection happened to be my original name spelling, Rajeev, Raajeevvv, which people used to call me, worked out to number 20, which is a 2 number that correlates with the moon. Probably that's the reason I bought the moon land claim and not many people have bought it. Probably that is the connection. Oh. I cannot say 100% surety ki numerology is the only thing which makes you take decision, but it helps you take a lot of decisions.
Okay.
So this was the connection I was able to make after.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And later on when it went on, I started analyzing things numerology. I have done a lot of research in numerology. I have, by God's grace, 8 copyrighted products on my name in numerology today.
Oh.
These are concepts which I developed. Again, the thought process was benefit of mankind. And these concepts can help people understand themselves much more better. And in one such concept, it is called Triguna numerology. Triguna numerology. It is based on Trigunas of a person.
Okay.
So this numerology is a total new science, or you can say a new subset in numerology. It's a total new concept in numerology.
You studied it?
I have created the system of Triguna numerology.
Okay.
And based on that, I have created a few yantras, which are, one is Wealth and Prosperity Attractor Yantra. Then we have a Samruddh Parivar Yantra. Then we have Business Riddhi and Samriddhi Yantra. And then there is one unique concept which I have created, which is called Luck Factor Indicator.
Okay.
That is the only report in the world which gives you your luck factor on a particular day.
Okay.
So based on that, you can plan your activities much better. You can at least improvise the results of what you are trying to do.
In 2008, Chandrayaan 1 was lifted off.
Yes.
At that time, what did you done? See,
at that time it was not much of a celebration because
not celebration.
Yeah.
Have you researched whether it will go right or wrong?
Yes, I'll be very clear on this. When first Chandrayaan had gone, at that time I was not too much into research on these topics.
Okay.
But I do keep on, even if I miss the dates, I keep on checking the dates later also. So when I found out the dates of all the Chandrayaan 3s were good actually.
Good, okay.
Launching dates were good.
Okay.
Chandrayaan 1 mission was very clear. They wanted to surf around the moon and find what it is showing. So that was fully achieved.
Yes.
On Chandrayaan 2, I had a discussion with Pawan even before we had started, the mission was launched.
Okay.
I think, if I remember right, it was 14 July they were planning to launch. And I told Pawan, I have a feeling based on my calculations, it will not go on that day.
On that day itself you said it?
Yeah, before only I told. I think if it goes on this day, it is not going to give results.
Okay.
I think it will get postponed. So, and some other day it will go. So, that evening, I think one day before, only we got a message, it's not going on that day, it has been postponed. So then came the date of 22nd July. So again I did my calculations. I was seeing the date of launch was good. It was going good as per the numerological, because 22 happens, though it's a 4 number, it has 2 2s, so it gives the power of the moon.
Oh.
So the mission got the power of the moon, it was able to go. Launch date was good, it was going really good. The landing date was, I think, 6th of September.
Yes, correct.
That's where some numbers were showing some trickiness. I was feeling through the numbers, some things may
Go wrong.
make or break at the last moment. And today it's history. It has happened. I don't claim that I keep on studying such things.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't believe in predictions to humans. There's a reason behind that. Predictions can make your mind tune to the result.
Yeah.
If I tell your XYZ year is going to be bad, believe me, even if it is good, it will go bad. Don't believe on any predictions by anybody. I'm not a Nostradamus, and I don't believe anybody telling predictions. And unfortunately today, in the numerology and astrology world, we are doing nothing but predictions. These sciences were developed to help us understand ourselves better, but we are so into knowing about our futures, we are using and misusing the science. I think if we use this science of numerology or astrology properly, we can get much better results in our life. We can have a great transformation of our lives. So that's where numerology comes into picture. Similarly, again, my good friend Pawan, he is always there whenever I need to talk to him certain things about these missions and all. Because it was because of him you people are with me today.
Is he
Probably,
with you for all these Chandrayaan journeys?
Yeah, we have been together on discussions at least, but this time Chandrayaan 3, I was lucky to have him with me to celebrate it.
Yeah.
We were able to celebrate it together. So that was a happy part for me.
Okay.
And I think we had met on Friday, we had discussed, last Friday, with Pawan, Pawan Chandrayaan is going and this is how I am feeling this time. So we discussed, can we meet on Sunday? So I and Pawan, we had a tea together, we met together, and I said, I've seen the calculations this time, Pawan. I am feeling this time, as per the calculations, probabilities are always there, but as per the calculations, we are going to land on the moon for sure. That was you can call it a hunch. My hunches are not based on just a hunch or gut feel. They are based on calculations I do, and based on that, I get the feeling. So that's what happened, and today we all are so happy. Being an Indian makes me proud that India has been able to reach the south pole of the moon, which no one has tried so far.
No, now I am asking, where is your claim?
I am on the north. I am on the north,
Okay.
and hopefully soon we'll have on south as well. Because now India is
So you want to claim another 2?
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
How many this time? How many acres?
I'm not believer of acres, but sure you can have a mark there.
Okay.
Because see, I always believe it's for mankind. So even 1 acre is enough to be able to do something for mankind. And if it is in viability, if I can get hundreds of acres at cheaper price, I'll try that as well.
So coming back to the acquiring land on the moon, after you have that saved that data, and after that you researched, made that, and how you have proceeded to pay the how you paid the amount,
right,
and how you got the documents, and how they were registered, who is the responsible authority,
okay,
and how you believed that. First of all, how you believed that. See,
I get your point.
No. One more. Here in Hyderabad or anywhere else in Telugu states, double registrations are going.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, 7
You
registrations are going.
moon, it is not in our jurisdiction.
Absolutely.
And somebody,
Right.
don't you get that doubt? And please explain my question, sir.
Here, through your medium, I like to tell people, I did take my calculated risks. I do not say, as they say, na, investment in stock markets are subject to market risk.
Like Azim Premji.
Similarly,
Yeah.
investments on moonland are subject to market risks. So you have to take this disclaimer when you take your decision.
Okay.
I am not advising anybody to buy land on moon because I have bought it. If your heart says to buy it, please go and buy it.
Okay.
If your heart says you have any queries you have in your mind, trash all your queries before you take any decision. That's what I did. Just like you people think, I also thought a lot of it about before purchasing. I took almost 3 days to take a decision to first go and see what was the concept.
Okay.
And then after seeing the concept, it took me 2 days to digest. It's a good idea. It's a good long-term investment as a business proposition and a very good long-term proposition for the mankind for the future. This way I'll be able to contribute to the mankind. That was one of the biggest goal ever in my life. From that day when I learned, I did not cry on my birth.
Oh.
So these two goals were sinking for me.
Okay.
Now coming to your question regarding the registries and all. See, there is a UN treaty which goes on talking about these things. The UN treaty clearly says no nation, no individual can call any extraterrestrial property as their own. I am not claiming moon as my own. It's a common heritage. It is a heritage for all. But the question here is, this is my understanding of the treaty, what I was able to understand, of the concept which I was able to understand was, people of all nations can form a community together. They can do the explorations, they can also carry private explorations on them, and if they are able to do them successfully, then they can go and claim it. That's what is there in the treaty. As per the treaty, this is my understanding.
Okay.
I don't say probably this is the only understanding, this is my understanding, which made me confident, which made me understand and buy the land on the moon. Now how did I purchase is the question.
Yeah.
There's a website from which I purchased. It was lunarregistry.com. It's still there. The website is still there. A lot of people are buying. But now you can see a lot of fury is there to buy probably. The technical issues are always there on the website. So I did not go and think much about who's the owner, who's this, that. I did not go about much. This was not my criteria. My criteria was explorations are going. Man has landed on the moon as per the documents. So 50 years down the line, possibility is always there. So I bought the concept of possibility of lunar settlement in 50 to 100 years. That's what I invested on. Okay. 50 years down the line, just like 20 years down the line, every household will have a person outside India. Same way, 50 years, 100 years down the line, we'll have a person on moon also. That was my thought when I purchased it. And I'm not worried if somebody else goes onto my land and is able to enjoy, let him enjoy. Somebody is enjoying, no problem.
Okay.
So that way.
Who is your nominee then for that plot?
As of now, naturally I'll keep some nominee before I leave this world. Legal as are always the nominees there. Otherwise, there will be somebody who will be nominated to this.
So have you received registered documents for that particular
Yes,
claim?
I was sent a courier through airmail, which I got. I got 2 sets of documents. First was on my earlier name spelling, which I was using at that time. I've changed my spelling almost 3-4 times in my life.
Okay.
And now I'm using
Spelling.
name spelling, numerology again.
Okay.
So at that time I purchased it when I had one spelling. Later, when I changed the spelling and I felt this will do the thing for me, I keep on researching. See, research is always good when you try on yourself and then be able to put on people. That is the best way because you don't harm people that way. So whatever harm has to happen to me first, and then all good things are there for people. So that way I keep on researching. I changed my name, I think around 2006 or 7 I changed my name spelling at that time. So at that time what I did was, I got my documents spelling changed with them. And they have sent me that set of document as well. So I have 2 sets of documents on 2 different names, wherein they have sent me the lunar land claim certificate, they have sent me the assignment of the lunar land claim, they have sent me the map, they have sent me the atlas, everything is there, which can, show their concept, which can show what was the thought behind going there. See, they may go or they may not go. I am not worried about that. The idea of theirs was a unique idea. I think they are thinking for the future of mankind. That was a unique idea for me. Okay. And something which is for the mankind, I think everyone should contribute. That's what I feel.
That's all.
If your heart says so.
Okay.
If today you want to buy, you can buy it. But it has to come from your heart. If it says go ahead, go ahead. Don't think too much. Because, Subramanian sir, believe me, when we think too much, we don't take proper decisions in life. When we think with the mind, many times in my personal experiences, I felt the decisions go a lot wrong compared to when you take with your heart. The heart is saying, go ahead, just go ahead. You will be 90% of the time you will be more successful.
What did your father said when you tell?
Unfortunately, I had lost my father when I was young. So we have been staying with our uncles and all, my uncles, my brothers and all. All were shocked actually. The day when Pawan broke the story on Deccan Chronicle, I had never thought of being ever on paper. I never thought with that intent, I want to buy the moon and go and tell the people I bought the moon. Never, it was not in my mind. But because of Shastri sir, Pawan came to know of it. He felt there was a story in it which needs to go to people. There is something, somebody is thinking something different. Believe me sir, here I would like to say through your medium again to people, आजकल लोग सोचना ही भूल गए, सोचने की शक्ति खोते जा रहे हैं हम लोग. ये हमारे फ्यूचर जनरेशन के लिए बहुत खतरनाक है. The ability of not trying to think is going to harm our future generations.
Okay.
This is what I feel. I've seen a lot of people, they are fearing even to think different.
Okay.
See, there is nothing wrong. There is no tax on thinking. So why don't we think? And the worst part is, if somebody, a common person like me, is trying to think something different, they don't believe it. They feel that person is a fool. A lot of people have called me fool on their different methods. They have called me pagal at times. I've heard it and I do not get jittered by that. But I get more motivated nowadays. Now I got matured over age, So I have understood that mad people create history. So पागल लोगों ने इतिहास रचा है, तो मैं भी पागल सही, कोई बात नहीं. इतिहास रचने को भगवान ने पैदा किया है, तो इतिहास तो रच के जाऊंगा.
What is your neighbor's reaction when this story about you appeared in the Deccan Chronicle?
I was shocked. Actually, the day it came, I was asleep, fast asleep. I was working in a company and then I was just left the company. So my earlier boss had called me in the morning, what have you done? I have done nothing. What have you done? I have done nothing, sir. Then he said, sir, why are you asking me this? I think I was working at that time and later, 3 months later, I left the job. So he said, how, you have come on the paper? I said, no, sir, aisa kuch nahi. Then I remembered Pawan had taken my photo, he might have put it. So, okay. Sir, yes, I did it 3 years back, sir, aise, wo aa gaya story. I said, no, you come on the first page. Have you not seen the paper? I said, I woke up from your call only. Then friends started calling, colleagues started calling me. ये क्या है? मैंने चांद पे जमीन लिया है. हाँ लिया. तेरे को कोई न्यूज़ वाले आए क्या? मैं बोला कौन आएगा यार, मेरे पास no one will come. बोले नहीं, you now see a lot of people are going to come to you. Let's see. That was a holy time, holy festival.
Holy.
So we have a tikka on that day.
Yeah.
So we were doing that festival in our home. 10:30 onwards the call started pouring in. Kareem from, I think he was in TV9 at that time.
Yeah.
Kareem called me, sir, can I come? He found my number from somewhere. And he came, I said, you can come. Then some other. One person called me and asked me, sir, are you giving a press conference? I was so novice to this. What is a press conference? I don't know. Then, no, sir, you are telling me you are giving times to all. Mala nahi sir, I don't know all this. Because so many of you are calling me, I felt I can give you at one go. I don't know how to do. I'm not a person who goes and gives an interview. This was my first ever interaction. And believe me, that whole day, I was like, कोई ऊपर से फोटो खींच रहा है, कोई नीचे जाके टेबल के फोटो खींच रहा है. I was totally shocked. What is this? Have I done such a big thing? In fact, to one of the correspondents, one of the anchors, I asked, it was probably Uma or Kareem, I remember. I had asked, tell me one thing, what have I done? Is it such a big thing at all? I don't feel it's such a big thing at all. Well, I said, the answer what you have given lies here. You feel it's not a big thing, but this is a whiff of fresh air for people. This will make people think differently. That way it is good. Then I got convinced, okay, fine. Probably if it is changing people's mind, nothing like it. So that's where, it sunk into me also, that I can go and talk to people, I can tell people. And today, after the first write-up and the interviews and all, wherever I go in social gatherings, people who know about it, अरे वो आ गए चांद वाला. मैं बोला चांद वाले तो सब है, सबको चांद है तो बट नहीं वो चांद वाले आ गए. मैं ठीक है चलो, that's good. Yes, I have a land claim, so I have to accept the. Sometimes it looks like a funny act at times, but again the goal is getting fulfilled. People are smiling, laughing. That's the best part.
That is your goal, main goal.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm living this life with that goal. The day I came to know about it, I did not cry and made people cry. In fact, I tell my brothers at times, it's my life's wish. If somehow you can fulfill it, I don't know how you'll fulfill or whether it will ever get fulfilled. Don't cry when I leave this world. That's my dream.
Okay.
When I leave this world, I don't want people to cry. Believe me, sir, when you think of it, God gives the ways. I recently, I think 3-4 years back, I got that idea. One person in some foreign country, I don't remember, he had recorded some funny stuff of his with his friends and all, and he told some of his friends to play it when they are going for his burial. And when he was buried, some person played it and everybody started to laugh. So God gave me that idea also.
Okay.
So I'll work on this idea. I hope I still have some time left. So I'll work on that idea. But yes, the goal definitely is to bring on smile on people's faces, or at least to be the reason for their smiles. And if this dream of mine can be fulfilled by somebody, I don't want people to cry when I leave this world. That's my basic goal.